Hi everyone, Kevin here, educator at Zenler, and in this particular segment, we're going to be talking about office hours and what office hours means, what it's about, and everything else. Now, I've got a small presentation to show you just as we go through. Just keeps me on track, knowing that we're covering everything that we need to cover because it's a really important part of what we do here Zenler. So allow me to just show you my presentation and we'll go through this right now. So here we go. What is office hours? So office hours is a weekly live show that we run. We decided to run this when we first became educators here at Zenler, and we found that we wanted to have something that our members could rely on, that knew it would be there every week. We run a lot of live sessions and we run workshops, we run Day with Zenler, we run all sorts of things, and we didn't have something that we thought actually we can do this every single week. And we used to run it on a set day. That's changed now to try and incorporate more people into it. But we now run it, it could be any day of the week and it could be any time during any day of the week. But what is guaranteed is that it will run every single week. And it has done so for 5 years and it will continue to do so because it's really important for us. So where does office hours fit in? So within office hours, its format has evolved over the years. Now we do run this as a live event directly into the Zenler Facebook community. So it's always in there primarily. It then goes off and we put it in other places afterwards as Facebook has evolved and will remove videos after a certain period of time. So why do people want to come along to office hours? What's involved in it? Why is it something that's so important for the people that do find it and come along? So the first thing is we look at support elements. So every week we tend to cover an area of support that will help you as a Zenler user. Now that could be anything from educational support. So we might go through the quick start guide. We might go through the complete guide to Zenler. We might go through showing you where some of the workshops are. Or it could be technical support where we might go through looking at different areas of support that you can get. So the technical support, how can you put a ticket in? How can you solve certain issues that you commonly come up against? How can you email into support and what to expect and how to do it the right way? And this is a really important part because there's a lot that we cover within not only the technical support, but the educational support. It's become quite a big thing. And we like to each week, we don't go through the whole thing every week because that would drive everybody insane. What we do is we pick apart and then we go, right, today we're going to focus on emailing into support. When do you need to do it? How do you do it? How do you prepare for it? And what can you expect once you've emailed in? How does that work from a Zenler point of view? And how does that issue get resolved for you? So that could be an example of one on how we operate that. The next part of office hours is we look at a part of the platform. So recently we looked at sister emails as an example. So lots of people come into the platform. We add in new elements to features. We add bits in. We've done it on communities. We released a big community update recently. We're now adding in extra bits to it as we go along. And sometimes these extras get missed. So we tend to pick an element within the platform and just we'll share our screen and show you exactly how it works, where to find it, why it's important, what it does in the system, and how you can either adapt it or use it or implement it within what it is that you're doing. And this is really important. And lots of people tend to come back to us and say, I didn't know that existed. I didn't know that was there. I'd overlooked that when I went through the quick start guide and I meant to go back to it and I didn't. Or that's a new thing. I'd had all my sites set up for the last 3 years. I didn't know that had been released because they've missed the feature release for some reason. And that's absolutely fine. That's why we're here, to make sure everybody is in, and both of these elements are really talking about being informed as much as possible as you can be so you can use the platform effectively. You don't waste your time. You don't go hunting around for stuff that you don't know what's there. You can use the system to its full potential, as in if there's elements in there that you're not using. So as an example, we looked at the abandoned cart email recently, and that was an update that went in last year. And lots of people don't know it's there. You have to switch it on, and then you have to edit what it is and set the time as to when that will deploy. How does it work? Why is it there? What's it going to do for my business? And we cover things like that. So the platform snippets is a really good part of office hours to really help people understand the platform more, get a little bit deeper in. It's not like a workshop. They're normally only sort of 5 or 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes long. So they're really tight, small. That's why I've called it a snippet. It's a snippet, a snapshot, a small element of the platform that you can just go quickly and implement and do it there and then, and that's it, and it's done. We then obviously have our Q&A. Q&As are important to us. We do run multiple things throughout the month where you can come into the team and ask us questions. If we've got the answer for you there and then, we'll give you the answer there and then. If we don't have the answer there and then we'll always come back to you and tag you or put it underneath that particular video. This is really important because this allows the education team to develop. So if people are often asking the same question, it means either we've not made it obvious where you can get that answer, or the answer we've given isn't actually solving the question that you've got. So we'll go off and we'll redo it. So the Q&A elements are really important, as in how we help you more, but you also help us evolve the educational side of Zenler. So everything we tend to do is always has a Q&A bit in it, just so we know you've fully got what we're talking about, you fully understand things. And if you've got questions, and it doesn't matter if it's your first day with Zenler or your 1000th day with Zenler, it makes no difference. A question is a question, and it's important to you. So we'll sit there and we'll listen and we'll help where we possibly can. So what else do we cover? Feature releases often come in into office hours, where Rakesh will come in and he will talk about what that release is. He'll show us, he'll walk us through it. We'll get to see and understand how it can be implemented and how it benefits us as course creators, the platform that you're using, the Zenler platform that you're using. We have done interviews in the past, and maybe that's something we'll bring back, having people come on just to interview them quickly, just to talk about what they're achieving within Zenler. And this is a really nice one because we get to hear from real life users that are using the platform, making money, serving their clients, educating their people as instructors, and helping people all the way through. So interviews are there. We talk about upcoming events and workshops. We run a lot of events and a lot of workshops throughout the course of the year here at Zenler, and it's really important that we try and get as many people to know about them as possible, so we don't ever get that, I didn't know that was going on, I didn't know that was happening. So we do have a little process that we work through. We do a little countdown in the group with upcoming workshops. So when we're a few days away from it going live, because all of our workshops are run live, we'll do a little countdown in the group. We'll maybe send an email or two. We'll mention it in a couple of weeks in the lead up in office hours. We'll come on and do a couple of lives in the group as well, just to let people know. So as much as possible, we use office hours specifically to tell people there's an upcoming workshop, or we've got special events. So things like a day with Zenler, when that's coming up. We won't tell you on the 1st of the month, but coming into the last week or two of the month, we'll remind you it's coming up for the last Friday of the month, and it's a day with Zenler's happening, or the live support desk, for example, when that's happening, because it's easy with everything going on. We like to think that your only focus is on Zenler, but of course you have students to look after, you've got your business development, you're probably out there doing marketing in different areas. So Zenler may not be the place you focus 100% of your attention on, which is fine. So our job is to make sure that you know these things exist, how to get hold of them, how to get involved if you want to, and how it can work for your business. So we do this because we want you to have a direct connection to Zenler and the education team. And this is really important for us, having that community engagement, having that availability of us as educators for you, the users, to come in and know, actually, I wanted to chat with a Zenler educator. Oh, it's Friday and I've just missed the live support desk. When's office hours on? Oh, it's on Tuesday. Great. I'll jump in on Tuesday with them. So you tend to find there's times throughout the week where you can get hold of us. And this is really important. We like to get to know the people using the platform. It's not a faceless company. And we want you to feel part of an engaged community. And the reason we do this is because we want you to be heard. We want you to have a voice within what we're doing here at Zenler. And that's really important because having a voice means that you help us develop how this software will evolve. And we have processes for that. But if we keep getting people coming onto the live saying it'll be really great to have this or that or this or that, and the community feature is a really good example of that, where for about a year, maybe a year and a half, people were saying, we love the idea of a community in Zenler. We want to get them off of Facebook, but your community isn't really up to what we're looking for. Here's what we want. And over time, you all came in at different ways and said, this is what we're looking for. You helped shape how the new community feature looked and its functionality. And that's what we mean by you getting heard. It's really important for us that that happens and continues to happen, which is why we put so much time and effort into having the Q&As, having office hours, having the live support desk, having the workshops, having the day with Zenlers, having all of these things where we can directly, it's not us blasting at you, it's us having a conversation, us backwards and forwards in, you get to know us, we get to know you. And that's really, really important. That's probably one of the higher priorities for the Zenler education team here, to really get to understand the struggles you have in your course creation business and what it is that you need help and support with, and maybe what features you're looking for in the future. And we can't guarantee they'll come through, but office hours is a great place for you to have that voice. I've just started to introduce a weekly challenge, should you wish to accept. It's Mission Possible, not Mission Impossible. I'm actually calling it that, Mission Possible, because I'm going to start giving you very, very small things to do on office hours. So, for example, we went through the system emails in the most recent office hours. And my challenge, should you wish to accept, and some most certainly did, was just go in and do the abandoned cart email, switch it on and set that up. And that led to people going, I can do that. That's really easy. And then they went off and did all of the other ones, which was absolutely fantastic. So there'll be a weekly challenge, Mission Possible, I'm calling it. And that's what it's going to be. And it will be really exciting to see you all get involved in that and do more as we go through. Now, obviously, office hours, how do you know when it's going to be if it changes every single week? Well, if you go into the events area on Facebook, so go into the Facebook group, the Zenler official Facebook group, along the top, go to event, and it will show you upcoming events and past events. And you'll see something that looks similar to this. And what it will do, and the great thing about Facebook is we don't need to write down all of the different time zones or anything like that. It will convert it to your time zone. So if we're running it at 6 p.m. GMT one week, and you're in Brazil or you're in Finland or you're in New Zealand, and we get people all around the world, don't get me wrong. When you log in, it will go, right, this is 10 a.m. for us, because you don't care what my time is. All you care about is your time. Can you go? Are you available? So they're all listed down there, along with all of the other live events that we run. And that's really important. The next thing is, obviously, Facebook's changed now. Our lives that we do, and we won't stop doing the lives because it's that important. But after 30 days, they're kicking out our videos. They're saying, right, we're not hosting them anymore. They're gone. So what are we going to be doing with these? So office hours is now going to be the replays of office hours. Once we've done the live will always be in Facebook. The replay will then go onto YouTube, and we've got its own playlist. And this is the playlist that we've got. So you can see we've just started populating them. They're all current up-to-date ones. Nothing predates the Christmas special that we did in 2024. That's the first one. And we put that one in because of the big community feature release, which was really important. But after that, it's every single one from this year. So there's a weekly list of them going in, and the team are doing a great job at getting them in there, and making sure that they're available to you. So you can go back. Now, the question I hear you all ask is, well, I don't really have time to sit through 33 minutes, 25 minutes, 40 minutes of what's going on without knowing what I'm looking for. And this is where this bit comes in, and this is really important. So we've put chapters within office hours because, as you see, we have segments. So in here, we've got, right, you can jump to, if you want to find out more about support, you can click on where it says support, how to get the right help, and it will jump you through the video to that part. If you want to look at the broadcast emails, etc., you can click there and it will jump to 11 minutes in. So you haven't got to scroll through office hours. You haven't got to watch the whole thing if you don't want to. You can literally go into each office hours and go, that looks interesting. I'm going to click on that. It will take you straight to that part of it and you can watch it from there. And that's how it's going to be going forward. Now, that doesn't replace the live element, because the live element of what we do in office hours is absolutely critical for all of the reasons that I've mentioned before. And it's been really, really good. What it will do though is, for those of you that can't attend that week, or you want to catch up, or you want to see what were they talking about this week, then you can go into YouTube. It's normally a little while after. I wouldn't say it's the same day. It'll be as soon as the team can get it together. I've processed the video and sent it over to them to get it uploaded onto YouTube, and then they'll upload it and put it on there. So don't tie us down on a date of when it's going to be. It won't be 24 hours after. It might be a bit longer than that, but they'll certainly go in there. And you can watch these at your leisure. And that really will give you a very up-to-date look at what's going on within Zenler, what's going on from an educational point of view, and what's going on from a platform point of view. So out of everything we do, it will be, I think, the single most up-to-date thing for events and upcoming events and all of that. So just keep your eye on the date of it. So this one, my example here, is from the 16th of January. So upcoming events, they've probably been and gone. So you might just want to look at the bit that says, oh, support, how do I get that type of support? Or I'm looking for stuff with emails. I'm going to just jump in there. And going forward, we're going to have little mission possibles for you to do each week. This is specific for office hours. We're not going to use that phrase anywhere else. And we're going to make sure that you can achieve those. So look out for that. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to just stop sharing now, come back on to you and just remind you that office hours, it is a really engaging place to be. We will sometimes let everyone tag people just to make people aware, because Facebook's organic reach can be a bit rubbish at times, but we won't do it all of the time because it can be a little aggravating. We know that, but we do it if there's an office hours with something really important in, then we'll do it. We did it this week because David Zenler's back after a year and a bit. So we've actually, we want to promote that office. David Zenler is back, so we're going to tag everybody in it because it's an important one. It's going to be gone in a few days, and therefore we want to notify everyone. We didn't do it in the last few office hours because we didn't need to. There was important stuff going on, but not that high level of importance. And that's where we start to look at really using that feature. And as you'll know, for those of you that have been in the group for long enough, will know we use it very, very sparingly. So that's a quick look around office hours and weekly live stream show. I'm the host of office hours. I've hosted it for 5 years. We've not missed a heartbeat on that one, which is absolutely fantastic. I'm really proud of that. We must be coming up for our 200 or 300th show by now. I'll have to have a look, because that would be one worth celebrating. But I host it every week. I sometimes have some of the team on with me. Sometimes I'm on my own and we're going through what we need to go through. But I guarantee you, office hours will be there each and every week for you, for your use. Do come along and support it. It's a great place to be. And I look forward to seeing you on the very next office hours live. Thanks, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the day with Zenler, and I'll catch up with you real soon.